go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's knock into this thing. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I have with me Miss Sarah Mootz. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
It took us a minute to get this one going.
It's long overdue.
It is. We probably rescheduled 2, maybe 3 times.
I was the first ever person that you asked to be on here. No, I'm just kidding.
It probably was. It was early. It's been like probably 6 months, no cap.
It
For real,
was
though.
when you first started.
Let's go. Early bloomer, yep. I've had you in mind for a while. I can't remember what. We were just been so busy. You know how it is.
The first one got canceled for I had to do something, and then rescheduling is a bitch. So.
It is indeed. That it is. She is indeed. But yes. So you've been busy. I've been keeping up with you, of course. Haven't seen you in a long time, unfortunately. Let's see. What have you been doing? What have you been excited about? What you been working on?
Well, this Friday I'm releasing my second ever music video.
Let's go. I didn't even know this. Is this public knowledge?
I just posted a teaser before I came here.
Let's go.
So this
nice.
is great.
Yes, perfect. Promo.
Yes, so that's Friday, and that's for the single that I just released, Misfit.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Big fan here. Big fan. I love it.
I know, you always liked that song.
Yes, you played it at the 40 watt, right? Okay.
I remember you said something about
yes,
it.
okay. It took, when the first time I listened to it, I was like, man, is this that one from the 40 watt? I was like, I'm not sure.
It sounds different now, though.
It does. You souped it up a little bit. I like it. All right, we'll get to that. I probably jumped the gun here.
No,
Let's talk about your origin story. How'd you get to singing? How'd you get to playing? How does that all work?
Wow.
Way back. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Okay. Flashbacks. Here we go. I started singing. I was bullied in middle school.
Uh-oh. As everyone was, right?
Yeah. I had some issues with some girls, and I started eating lunch in the chorus room with my chorus teacher.
Nice.
He started making me sing, and he was like, "You're really good. I'm going to sign you up for this competition." And he did. I placed superior, which was like the highest rating.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, shoot, I'm good at this.
What do you know?
But I had always been singing like YouTube karaoke in my living room, that sort of deal. I just didn't know I was any good.
Yeah, and that confirmed it?
Yeah, that confirmed it. That was all I needed. I quit playing softball. I thought I was going to be a softball superstar before that. And then I quit everything, and I just did that. I started singing talent shows, singing competitions.
Nice. And what kind of music are you listening to at this age? What's getting you into it? Anything?
I was listening to what's on the radio because my parents weren't musical, at all. They did not. I hate them for it. They did not introduce me to cool music people.
Come on.
Yeah, I love them. They're so supportive. But yes, they didn't. I had to do a lot of music history myself.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. Good knowledge, good research, right?
But so I was singing, interestingly enough, I was singing soul music, like gospel soul music, like Aretha Franklin, Joss Stone. Yes.
That's cool. That's pretty profound for a young person, That usually comes later.
I was this little short blonde girl on stage that had this like raspy growl in her voice. Like people did not know what to do with me. My parents didn't know what to do with me.
I love it. Well, that's cool. That was a nice origin story there.
Yeah.
So I assume somewhere in there, are you playing any bands in middle school, high school, anything like that? Not really?
No bands early on, but I started playing guitar like 8th grade year or something like that. We had a guitar class in middle school.
Really? That's fancy.
Yeah, and so I picked up a few chords there, taught myself the rest. I'm still not that intricate of a guitar player, just rhythm.
Chords and stuff?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
But I started writing, helped me start writing when I was freshman in high school. Freshman
Something
in high
like
school.
that? That gave you like a tool to use the music?
Yep.
I feel like it's so weird that some people just write vocals.
I know.
Isn't that so weird?
I know. I can't do it.
Can't do it. Like I had to be like feeling some sort of chord progression.
Yes.
Which is why my guitar player's always getting on me. He's like, dude, write something to this. I'm like, I can't play it. I'm trying to. I'm working on it. Let me learn it.
I know. I've actually had to deal with that quite fairly because I am not an advanced guitar player, which you're lucky because you play lead too. I wouldn't say lucky, but you worked for that. You're a triple threat, but I, on the other hand, I'm just not I'm not gifted in that way. So I struggle to mix things up sometimes,
Gotcha.
you know?
It's all part of the process.
Yeah,
I
but
like it.
also Alan Camps is my guitar player.
Goat. Love
he's
that guy.
Awesome.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy. I
He
saw him.
helps me all the time.
I saw him. Where did I see him at? I saw him at the Vine Street thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, we
he
talked for a
played
while.
with his band, Divine
Yeah,
Mind.
I didn't catch them, but I saw him after, and I was
Dude,
telling
you
him that I
gotta
liked.
see him.
I liked you guys' cover of was it Taylor Swift?
Oh, we've been doing so many.
Was it
so many
15
covers. We
or
did
something?
15,
I was
yep.
like, nice. I was
Yep.
like, he's like, man, nobody's gonna be able to call me rock and roll anymore. I was like, yes, you are, man. Stop.
He was
stop.
like, everyone's gonna give me shit for playing Taylor Swift, and he was like, but I'll do it for you.
We're here for you, Alan. We got you, man. We got you, bro.
Dude, I love him so
Yeah,
much.
such a nice guy. We'll get back to him, I'm sure. But do you start playing any acoustic gigs when you're in high school, anything like that?
Yeah, so I picked up a gig at a restaurant. I think I had played an open mic there, and they saw me, and I was 16. I was just starting out.
That's really early.
I knew like 4 guitar chords. Like,
that's all you need.
yeah,
C, G, E minor.
yes, it was
D.
It was C, G, D, and like A minor and E minor or something, and that was it. And they saw me at an open mic. They liked my voice, and they were like, "Do you want to come play a set here?" They paid me like $180 or something to play for 3 hours,
which is like $1 million when you're that young.
Yeah, dude. I was like balling, and then I made all these tips because I was just this young kid on stage.
Yes, parents' money.
Yeah,
love it.
So that was my first gig, and I like played them here and there, like throughout high school and stuff.
And are you playing like pop covers and just all kind of stuff?
Yeah, anything. I mean, okay, I had to do what I was familiar with at that age was what was on the radio.
Gotcha.
Still at that point, I was like listening to the radio, and that's it. So
Spotify
I was playing
wasn't out
that
yet.
stuff. Yeah, no Spotify, right?
Interesting. I think that's a good start, good way to get your feet underneath you, right?
Yeah,
learn a little bit of everything.
It was a simple way to start, and then I kind of like grew within my college years and stuff.
How do you? Okay, let's move. That's a good transition there. So you get to college. I assume you come to college. You're at Georgia for a while. Do you go to another school? Don't you go to UNG or something?
Yeah, I started at Valdosta State.
Valdosta State. How'd you like Valdosta? It's okay.
I came home after a year because it's too far from home, and they told me that the beach was so close by, and then it was like 2 hours.
Ooh.
And so that was like the only reason I went there.
I've been bamboozled.
I was bamboozled.
Where's the fucking beach at?
I was like, oh my God, this sucks. It's 2 hours away. My car can't make it that far. Damn it. And so I studied music education.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah, I'm like, I like singing. Like,
Yeah.
I'll like to teach music the rest of my life for sure. No.
Didn't dig it?
No. Did not dig the whole opera singing and classically trained. No.
We talk about that all the time on here. Like, why is that the way that it goes? Is the classical thing?
Oh my
like, they should
God.
teach us stuff that we like.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, kids, not us, but you know.
You know what? I think that everybody has this way of thinking about a music career when they don't know anything better. It's like the commercial side of it is either make millions of fans and millions of dollars.
Sounds good.
Or go be a music teacher so you can have a salary. Like there's
or
no
like a production guy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's no in between for simplistic people that don't know about the music world. So like my parents not knowing anything are like, okay, well you have to do something that's gonna make you money, and then music business is a wreck. So you gotta go to college and do something. And so trying to be smart, pick music ed.
Genius.
Then you drop out 2 years later, it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. We've all considered it.
Yeah.
I'm graduating 2 weeks. And
Congrats.
what am I going to do with it? I get a consumer journalism degree.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to put it right there and just be like, yeah, cool. Like, great. Am I going to take this to the 40 Watt Club?
You've got something to put to all your student debt.
I guess, yes, exactly. I'll set it right on top of it,
Like, this is what I paid this
Perfect
for.
match, yes.
Because
so great on the wall.
I'm like 26 grand in debt right now, and I
money.
don't have a degree to show for it. That is the saddest
That's a shame.
thing. Yes.
But you'd probably be 50 if you kept going.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You saved 25,000.
I know it, right?
It is what it is. We're learning. You gotta learn your way around. You know what I'm saying?
Slowly but surely.
But you do end up going to Georgia for a little while, don't you? Because I feel like that's where we met, right?
Yes, and you weren't wrong about UNG either. I
Okay.
went to UNG my second year of school.
Oh,
In
okay. In
the
Athens.
Gainesville one.
Oh, the Gainesville. Okay, nice.
My
How'd you like
parents
that?
lived there. It was good. I just studied playing music, not music ed, and I was just thinking, oh, I'll just get a bachelor in music and call it a day. No, still
Yeah.
wasn't for me. So
Interesting.
I heard about the UGA music business program,
There you go.
started dreaming up that thing,
Yeah.
and then made it here. Yeah.
Nice. You love to
Yeah.
hear that. I wondered that too. I wonder what you think about this. So
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Luke about it because he's doing music in school as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to turn it into schoolwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was scared to make the music that I really like into like, now I've got to do this for class. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because like even towards the end of some of my music business classes, which I loved, you know, I was like, this feels like work. You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh, it was totally a science, like that
Yeah.
end of things. Like you,
Mhm.
and you don't enjoy it if you're a writer
Yeah.
like me. I mean, there's
Exactly.
none of those elements in there except
Yeah.
for like, I
You
mean,
don't learn that in the classroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a music theory mind, then cool. But like, I didn't, and
Yeah.
so it just did not work. But I mean, it's funny you mention it turning into schoolwork because I feel like now, my job, my music has kind of turned into a paycheck. Like with the cover song gigs every weekend,
Yeah.
like that is something that I was afraid of.
Yeah.
It becoming too is like my sole reason to like pay
Me
the
too.
bills.
For years, I was like, I don't want to be a cover band. Don't want to be a cover band. Now, like I
Yeah.
am, you know.
Yeah.
Like low key, but like
I know,
I
but
like it too. Kind
and
of.
it affords you the opportunity to play the rest of your music when you
Yes,
want it.
we talk about this on like every episode. I'm like,
Yes.
use the covers to make people like your originals. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? It
exactly.
makes sense in theory. I like it.
yes.
Yes. And you said you played how many shows this month? Or last month,
God,
excuse
last
me.
month I think I was at 9 or 10.
That's a lot.
That's what I'm trying to average.
3 a week,
yes.
give or take. Is
Yeah,
that right?
so
3
like
weeks?
it's every Friday, Saturday,
Mhm.
sometimes Sunday, sometimes a weekday, like
That's
Wednesday or
awesome.
Thursday.
How do you like that?
It is exhausting,
Yeah.
but I recognize that I'm lucky because
Mm-hmm.
I'm my own boss, you know.
great.
If I need
You're
to
getting
take the
paid.
day off, I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, and I'm getting paid.
That's awesome. Well, you
I
love to
love
hear that.
getting paid.
You
yes.
love getting paid. After you do it for literally like 10 years for free in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
right?
It's like, all right, now it would really be cool if we got paid, right?
Yes, yes.
I think that's fair.
My parents always worried about me because I started doing those gigs and making the money when I
Yeah.
was young, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're gonna have no work ethic. Like you just made that much money in 2 hours. Like what are we doing? You gotta go get a real job, blah blah." And I did.
Yeah?
I did work a lot of real jobs, and I'm not opposed to that ever happening again. But but this is a luxury life right now
You're
that I get
absolutely
to
right. You're
work
absolutely right.
just 2 days a week.
2 days a week. I love it. Love it. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. And as
Yeah.
we're talking about earlier, you
Yeah.
don't have to split it with anybody right now.
Yes.
So you get all of it. What a
Yes.
luxury, man. Gosh,
I know.
That's nice, isn't it?
I know it is so nice, but I'm dreaming of the day when I do have a band.
Yeah.
that I can.
Because there's something
Take on
different
tour.
about that, right?
Yeah,
Something
that's
bigger.
when it becomes more about the experience. Right now, it's about the money, but you know, it will be about the experience
Exactly.
someday for me, and that's what I'm.
But you played some full band shows, haven't you? I
Yes.
saw you. I think the first time I saw you was at 40 Watt
Yep.
Club.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your first show with a full band? I feel like it was, right?
I played with a band before that. It was kind of like a dad band.
Uh-huh.
I was like the youngest person,
Yeah.
and we did a whole bunch of cover songs.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to introduce them to my originals. We did them sometimes, but like they were never spun the way that I kind of wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And maybe I was too young to really know what I wanted to. I
Mm-hmm.
was like 18, 19, 20.
That's pretty young.
Ish. Yeah, and you know, you think you know what you want, and then you hear it, and you're like, oh no, and it just takes forever to figure it out.
Exactly.
Well, it took me forever.
I'm sure you're still figuring it out.
I am.
It's a day by day.
Yes, yes.
Which I
it's
like.
always changing.
Yeah, it always, yes, day by day, literally.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I have a new theory. This makes complete
yeah.
sense now. Yesterday's theory
I
did
feel
not
like
make sense.
Tommy has been awesome because that's who I've been working with
Yeah.
with the new music.
I can tell he's stepped up your production
Oh
game a
yeah,
lot.
and I'll come in and I'll be like, I don't like this guitar, but then like at the end of the session, we're like, yeah, that guitar's the best. Yeah, like I have a very scatterbrain. But what was I saying?
And who you were recording with before Tommy?
So Tyler Peters did a lot of work
Yes.
for
Are
me.
you still playing with him? To see
He was my bassist, and I don't talk to him much anymore.
Busy
but
Bees? Is he busy, I guess? Are
yes.
you guys busy? Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's so busy. I guess he works full-time at Jittery Joe's.
Okay.
And he also is like a assistant teacher for Tom Lewis.
Yeah, music business.
He's super busy. But the problem with that was that when the pandemic hit, we had like 4 or 5 tracks in the making. And Tyler did not have an at-home studio set up or, anything for that matter. And I needed these tracks to move forward. Like, I was like, all right, I can't wait anymore. Like, my mental health is being affected.
I got a lot of free time.
Yeah, I'm like, we need to be
time.
recording.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was prime time to be, in the studio. And so that's when I had to reach out to Tommy because I was like, I can't wait any longer. Yeah, he had the at-home studio. So that's when that started.
Too. It's improving. Like he's getting some great sounds out of there. Sounds fantastic.
I know.
Yes, I can't wait to get him in on this podcast. He's such an interesting guy, nice guy too. So nice.
He has so many friends.
Like, so many. How does he know all these people?
I don't know. And ever since I started working with him, I feel like I've just been introduced to like 20 people like at the same time.
It's like he's got his own little universe out there.
Yes, it is.
Look at you go, Tommy.
It's a whoop-ass universe.
Yes. Yes. And they're doing it, man. Everything I hear come out of there sounds fucking fantastic. So I respect that. No misses.
I agree. Thank you.
No misses. So let's talk about your music. What's the first thing you released? Would it be Stuck in My Head? I think this is the one I wrote as your first, right?
Yeah.
I did this one. This one's nice. It's kind of acoustic-y, as most of your first ones are, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's a story behind that one.
Tell me.
Yeah, that was a good ask, Jameson.
Hold on. Before you tell me, I'm turning the AC back on because it's getting hot.
Okay.
I changed my mind. Hold on.
Who cares about the audio?
Nice. We're back.
Okay.
Go ahead with it.
All right, so Stuck in My Head. First single. I can't remember what year that was, but I was a sophomore in college, I think.
2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. Okay. That was like a long time coming. I worked with a producer when I was 17. I got set up. He was a family friend. He lived in Nashville. And I mean, when I say family friend, it was very distant. Like I hadn't even met this family member that was friends with him.
An associate.
Yeah, practically.
Yes.
So he set me up with him. We drove to Nashville. I was 17. We did like a 3-song demo.
I bet that was exciting.
Oh my God.
We're going to Nashville. Let's go.
My mother cried. Oh my gosh.
This
cried.
is the big break.
Yes, it was crazy. And then this producer, I get done doing the 3 tracks that day because it was just acoustic guitar and vocal. And he sits me down.
Could have easily done this in Athens,
oh,
right?
Oh, yeah, right? Could have done it with GarageBand, but it's fine.
Lessons learned.
Young and naive. So,
oh, man. Excuse me.
Jesus, so what happened after that? Oh, my mother cried because we walked into his little office thing and we all sat down and he was like, so I'm going to give you this CD with your tracks on it. And he was like, but they're going to be locked. So you can't do anything with them. You can just listen to them. Can't send them anywhere because you're going to come back and you're going to do a full album with us, all paid for. He's like, I believe in you so much. Your writing's incredible. Awesome. Oh, my God. I thought I was going to be Taylor Swift. I was like,
let's go.
Is it.
The big break.
I knew I was going to be a superstar. Like, this is it. Oh, my God. And then my dad's even and my dad's a tough cookie to crack.
Yeah,
He's almost in tears, because they were so scared that they had a musician daughter. Because the music business, all they've heard from it is it's a shark eat shark world.
And it is.
Yeah. So there we go. Thought the dreams were coming true. Didn't hear from him for 2 years.
Years, not the family friend.
Oh my God, he bought me an iPad.
Really?
That day, we went home and he ordered me an iPad to my house, and then a little interface and a microphone and some headphones.
Look at
and
him
he
go.
said, record all your songs, because I told him I had 100. He was like, record all of them on GarageBand and send them to me, and we'll pick which ones are going to go on your album. Well, I did. That's what I did every weekend. I'm in high school, and I'm recording these songs, and I'm writing, and I'm recording, and writing, recording. I wouldn't stop. I was absolutely obsessed.
You love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet that was fun.
But then I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I bet. Just being that young.
Yeah. And then the GarageBand recordings were, not what I wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And I just felt like they didn't exude brilliance of the
perfect.
songs.
It's gotta be perfect.
It wasn't perfect, right? And so that happened, and then, like I said, 2 years go by, I didn't hear from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dropped out of college for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to go to music business at UGA, but I needed a year to kind of get my head straight.
Gotcha.
And worked at a daycare full time.
Nice.
And I get a call. It had been like the worst day ever. And I walked out from work, and I got a call from this Nashville producer.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Sarah, honey, where have you been?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? You stopped talking to me." And he was like, "Oh my God, I just found your demo. You're so great. Why did we not continue this?" And I was like, "Oh my God."
You tell me.
I was like, I've been working at a daycare. I'm like, I wish you would have called 2 years ago. I'm
real.
$26,000 in debt. So then he's like, "Well, can you get to Nashville?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, you just say when." And he was like, "This weekend."
Let's go.
I'm like, "Okay." So I drive back. That is the beginning to me driving back and forth all summer.
Working on the record.
In my 2009 Ford Focus that is still running.
Love it.
And I drove back and forth, and I paid studio musicians to come in. I didn't pay the producer to do a darn thing.
Wow.
I didn't pay for studio time.
That's great.
Yeah, and he connected me with all these musicians.
Yeah.
I had the Hall & Oates drummer.
What?
Yes,
So sick.
I had the guitar player for Garth Brooks.
Let's go.
Yes, like I was
Squad.
starstruck. Yes.
Yeah.
We did 9 tracks, and I went home. And he was like, "Okay, like, I'm going to finish these up, comp your vocals, mix and master, yada, yada, yada." Well, didn't hear from him.
What's this guy's fucking deal?
Oh, my God. I blame old age. That's still, to this day, the only excuse I have
The
for
only
all
thing
this.
it can make sense?
It's ridiculous.
He didn't hit you back?
Oh my God! This guy supposedly worked with Johnny Cash back in the day. He had like a
Really?
picture of him and Carrie Underwood on his desk.
Okay.
I believed every word he said.
Yeah.
I met Taylor Swift's dad through him.
What?
I played at her lawyer's house for the solar eclipse. I played music.
What?
It was insane.
Wicked. Well, you still got some good experience in here.
Yeah,
Some good
I mean,
stuff.
I met and did incredible things, but I didn't hear from him, and I freaking begged him for the tracks.
Yeah.
And then finally, I got Stuck in My Head, the first single.
Yep.
Finally, I got it after like a year.
Dude.
Oh my gosh! And that's the only finished track I got from him. That is
Really?
it.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So then I threatened him.
Appropriately so.
I sent him a letter in the mail.
Cease and desist.
It was like, "If you don't put my Pro Tool sessions on this hard drive, I am taking legal action."
Yeah, let's
blah,
go.
Blah, blah. And and so 2 months later, I got the hard drive back, and it had all the stuff on it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You gotta be persistent in this
Freaking
industry, baby.
Nothing was done though.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do his part at all.
Didn't work on it.
I was like, "All right, Pat, that's
At least
fine."
we'll take it, though.
Yeah, we'll take it.
It's a good start.
So that's like my.
That's a hell of a story. Holy crap.
Yeah, nobody knows that story.
And you only put out 6 of them, though. Is that right? Or
I didn't put out any more of those.
except for the one?
Except for
Okay,
one.
so the
because
ones...
they were like country, and I
Yeah.
knew that wasn't my sound.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're still just learning your way.
Yeah.
Interesting. I noticed that Stuck in My Head and Just For You and Just For You's a little later, excuse me. But all your earlier first 5 or 6 releases are super acousticy kind
Yeah,
of. Would you
yeah.
say so?
Yeah.
You're just finding your way. Only the later ones or the lately you've been getting a little poppier, right?
Yeah.
Which I dig. It sounds super
Thank you.
super tight. You're kind of finding your own thing now.
Yeah, I was
great.
totally having trouble trusting people when I heard the way the Nashville tracks sounded when I got them back. I was disappointed, and I was like, "Well, shoot, what is it going to take for me to like the way my music sounds?" But this is a producer that did not let me have any say in production at all.
I imagine so. You're only 18 or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
imagine it's just...
I walked in there with a whole list of notes of things I wanted to change, and he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, honey, you don't co-produce." I was like,
What a douche.
Okay. okay. And I'm like young. It's my first
Yeah.
experience. I just took his word for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
I mean, understandable.
Yeah, but I didn't trust anybody with my music, long story short. And that's why all the first beginning tracks are acoustic, because
Oh, you can just do it alone or with Tyler or whatever.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, seems like you're getting over that now, right?
Yes.
You're really letting go?
Yes.
Which I dig. You guys have really done a great job.
Tommy broke me out of my bubble.
Look at you go. Yes, yes. Do you have any things you want to say about those first couple acoustic ones? Favorite ones? Anything like that?
Yeah, I haven't really
them.
gotten a chance to talk about them because as soon as I started releasing them, it was like the pandemic hit.
I remember you putting out a couple. I feel like, gosh, I can't think of the name of it now. I should have wrote it down. What's the one you put out at the start of the pandemic?
The first one I think was Blue.
Blue, yeah, I remember Blue. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, this is like March, right? Somewhere in there.
Yeah, wow, you remember better than I do. I put out all of those acoustic songs. Like I think there were 5 of them.
They all have the same cover, right? Okay.
They were all from this guy that I met, this videographer that does Between Dream Sessions. I don't know if you've seen his Instagram page.
I definitely have, because doesn't he work with Aspen too?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Like
Yep.
you, Aspen, and a few other girls, right? That's cool though.
Yeah,
Seems
so
like a nice guy.
I met him playing like a show. It was like an all-girls show in like Woodstock or something, and he was the videographer for it, and he had just come here from LA, and he was like, he started talking about all these cool things he wanted to do. He was like a very exciting person to just be in the presence of, and he was like, I want to do like these sessions, these acoustic sessions, and I was like, oh my God, like I had just seen how Tennille Townes, a country artist, she did like acoustic sessions for her first EP.
Yeah.
And that's how she just released live recordings as her first
cool.
EP.
I dig that.
I did too, and I was like, that might be the perfect way for me to get these songs out, you know.
Easy.
And
And
so
I like
he did
MTV
it.
Unplugged, stuff like that.
Yes.
Stuff like that's so cool. I'm a big acoustic guy.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I am too, because a song has to tell a story, and that's
If it doesn't hold up on the acoustic, it usually
then it
doesn't
won't
hold
be.
up. It usually
Exactly.
doesn't hold up, in my opinion.
Yes, that is the golden rule when you're writing. If you can't
Exactly.
play it well on acoustic, it's not probably going to be
Exactly.
your hit.
Usually. I'm just saying, just maybe. Just
Yes.
maybe. Let's take a quick breather. I got to
Yeah.
thank my sponsor today.
Yeah.
Today's sponsor has been Peach State Pilot, good friend of mine. His name
wow.
is Cody Mathis. He does drone photography and drone videos. He filmed a music video for me. He does agriculture shots, like tractors going by.
I've
He'll
seen
shoot
them.
the drone.
I've seen them for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so cool. So cool.
Yes.
Such a nice guy, too. If you guys want to hit him up, tell him that I sent you. He'll give you 10% off, probably, of a photography or a video package. Thank you for sponsoring the show, Cody.
Woo,
All right, back to
cool.
you.
I might
Yeah, a
take
little
you up
ad.
on that.
You should. He did a cool music video for me. Very cool.
I watched
Yes,
it. It
very
was
cool.
very cool.
Where are we at? Sorry, I got
I
lost.
was saying about the videographer in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Chris. He is the only reason I have those 5 tracks out, because he did the videos for me and just converted the audio. The audio was such good quality.
See, I didn't even realize they were live, so those
Yeah.
are just you playing them.
They were just
Wow.
live.
They
Yep.
sound really good.
Thank
Really,
you.
really good. I figured
Thank
you
you.
sat down and just tracked them in a studio booth or something.
No, dude. They were all live, and I was very, very proud of them.
I love them. It's great.
Yeah, but like the pandemic started, and then like I had a marketing guy that was working with me at the time, and then he like bailed on me after I released Blue. He
Happens.
was like, "Oh, I took on too many bands, like blah blah." So I was like, "All right." So then the marketing plan just completely went down the drain for that EP.
As they do. As they do.
So I was just like, "Okay, I guess I just gotta release these songs and hope that, they get the attention they deserve." And they still haven't yet, but I am getting there.
They will.
Yeah. And
Yes.
it's funny because the more attention that like the dog gets and those songs, the
People go
more
back.
that Just
Yeah.
For You and stuff
Gets
starts
more, yeah.
climbing a little bit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool.
I try not to worry about that kind of stuff. I'm like, people
Yeah.
will get it one day.
Yeah.
Because like you find somebody you really like and like you really start listening to them. You'll always, if you like a lot of their songs, you always go back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, oh, their early ones are probably fire.
And I think you have to think about it like you're building a catalog for yourself, essentially. Like, not everything has to pop off. And
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
just
I put too much pressure on myself with that stuff.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
too. I think we all do.
Yeah, true. And like I always have these like crazy marketing schemes. I'm like, we're gonna do this. When it comes out, we're gonna do this.
I'm
and then we're
gonna
gonna do
jump
this.
off a bridge in a cat suit.
Yes. And then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna drop this video. It's gonna be cool. And then it drops out, or I drop it, and I'm like, I do like 2 video content things. I'm like, yep, that's good.
Yep. I'm exhausted.
Done. That was good.
Glad that's over.
Either they like it or they don't. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. And as long as you're proud of the content you're creating, you've done your best.
Yes.
That is what matters.
I've noticed that is that I sleep a lot better at night when I'm like 100% sure, like, oh, that was it. Like, I got that one.
Yeah.
I got that one. You know what I mean? Like, I nailed that one. That one's fine. But if I ever have any doubts, like I mixed something too quick or it wasn't ready, I'm like, oh, I should have waited. You know what I'm saying? But I know when it's right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, anyways, moving along, I guess the next single would be after the In Between the Dreams. What was it? In the Dreams? Excuse me.
It was Between Dreams.
Okay, I had it right. It right. The next single was The Dog.
Yes.
You like this? I like The Dog. It's catchy. It's a cool concept.
Oh my gosh, it was. Actually, it was Mars and then The Dog.
Oh, you're
I
right.
forget, because The Dog has been like the focus track, basically.
It sounds great.
Of my life. Yeah. So,
I like the AMC parking lot reference.
Oh, thank you very
cool.
much.
Very cool.
That is so that's the only song that I've actually written like with kind of a fake storyline.
Yeah, so unreal.
Usually the stuff I write is like
true,
like very depth, very true. Mm-hmm. But that song, I was about to write a breakup song, a very sad one. And I was like, wait, I did not want this to be a sad breakup song. I was like, I have too many of those. And so I wrote that first line, "You broke my heart in the AMC parking lot."
Which I love, by the way. It's great.
Yes,
great line.
Thank you.
Great opener.
That is the only true line. This relationship ended in the AMC parking lot.
Yeah.
And
was the movie good or no? What movie did we see?
We didn't even see one.
Damn it. Didn't even make it to the movie. That's a bummer right there.
It was awful. It was awful.
But you got a great song out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, half a great, or you know what I mean. The start of a great song out of it.
I was very proud. I was like driving in the car a few weeks prior to writing it, and I wrote in my phone, write a song about missing their dog and their parents.
I love that.
Because it like popped up in my head.
That's such a strong concept right there.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, nobody's written a song about that yet.
That's great.
Probably people have, but I haven't heard it.
No, it doesn't exist soon.
Yeah, so
I love it. It sounds great.
You.
Great
Thank
concept. You. When it does get to the dog, like the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Great concept. I was like, nice.
Thank you.
I was like, but when you just hear it's coming out.
I was trying to have fun with my songs for once.
It's like, wait, what is she talking about? When you see like, it's like, oh, she's dropping a song called The Dog. Like, what could this be about?
Oh, I know.
Shih Tzus and Chihuahua.
I'm
you know
sure people were wondering because I obviously did not post the story about it at all or like the lyrics or anything.
The explanation.
And I'm just promoting the heck out of this song called The Dog.
Dog.
And then I went to the ASP or the Humane Society in Madison Oglethorpe.
Yeah.
And I did pictures with their dogs, like their adoptable dogs.
I might have seen these.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw this on Instagram.
And I just milked the heck out of the fact that this song was called The Dog.
That's a great marketing campaign. I love it.
Thank you.
Love it. And it did great. It's got a good amount of streams, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A few thousand. Love it.
I put a lot of effort and energy into promoting that one.
Well, that's glad. I'm glad. It stuck out to me. Definitely remembered it. I jumped to Mars, so let's talk about Mars. Yeah. Mars sounds really cool.
Thank
really
you.
Really cool. Cool production on that one.
Space vibes.
Yeah, very like a little poppier songwriting, which I always dig.
Yeah, that's when the pop started.
The bridge is very cool. The little like octave vocal thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you. I was very scared about that.
Why? Sounds great.
I had some people, because usually before I release songs, I'll send it out to people that are like really close to me. I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And there were a few people that came back with that comment, and they were like, I don't know if I like that part, blah, blah, blah. It throws me off a little bit. And then
you get inside your head about it.
I love it.
See, I stopped doing that. Like I used to show my mom all my songs, and then like my song that has the most streams right now, which is Heavy Dependence. She was like, "Yeah, I don't really like that." And I was like, "How can you not see this? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, how could you not understand?" And then I had to worry about that the whole time, so I just stopped showing people.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm like, all right, I don't care.
I stopped doing that because I was trying to pick the songs for the next EP, and I had like 20, and I was like recording them and sending them to people, and I was like, which ones are your favorite, blah, blah, and it got me so stressed out. I literally stopped, and I just circled the ones that I wanted to do, and that's it.
Because you know what I mean.
Yeah, and
I think it's a hot take here, but just don't show anybody. Because like the only person that you're supposed to please is yourself. You know.
I know.
I guess you have to show your band.
And then you can live
but
in that creative world without caring. You
exactly.
know,
But
about
if you're
other
showing
people's
everybody, then like that stuff can't weigh on you. You know what I mean?
know.
Because then you're like, maybe they're right. Maybe that is weird. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But-
this is a very valid point.
Yes, this is a hot take right here. We should write this down. I think the bridge is great though. I assume
Thank
you just
you.
pitched it down, or did somebody else sing it, or?
It was Tommy just pitched it down.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool. I'd bet money that he used a little altar boy plugin. Do you know what that is?
Maybe.
If he watches, I doubt Tommy watches. But if Tommy
We can
watches
call
this,
him.
let me know if that's a little altar boy. I bet he doesn't watch, but still, I bet that's what it is. I noticed. What else did I
I'm probably
notice?
gonna ask him now, but
Yes, you should, because I'm curious. Cool bass line. Who's playing bass?
Bass on Mars. That was Tommy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Of course.
All
Nice.
the tracks on Mars were Tommy.
Really? The backing vocals? Those are you?
Those are me.
Those are you. Those sound cool too, though. Very tasteful. I feel
Thank you.
I feel like there's some in like verse 2 or something that pop in there. I was like, oh, those are nice.
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Very nice.
He also had really good input when it comes
Yeah?
to backing vocals. He
Love
always
that.
thinks of things I don't think of, so
Yeah?
that's great.
Producer's mind.
Yeah.
I think there's a tambourine on the chorus. Little
Maybe.
tambo. I think
yes.
there is.
Yes, I had drums. I think it's electronic drums, and I think he threw in. Yeah, that
I
sounds
like
right.
it. It sounds great. Do you have any comments on this one? How this one got wrote?
That one was just about the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about all the drama during
For
that
real.
time.
When did this one come out? I feel like this one's. Is it March or February?
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the pandemic era.
God,
But I remember when it came out because you're doing like all the photos with like the shiny
space,
suit.
the
Very nice.
disco vibes. Yeah.
You're getting good at like having themes for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Between the dog
thank
and the Mars.
you.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying. You know, branding's really
Oh,
important.
so important.
Yeah.
So important.
And I like started doing the themed photo shoots a while back,
Mhm.
but I didn't realize that you have to have consistency.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're gonna have themed photo shoots, like you have to still look like Sarah Mootz at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I just did not understand that concept. Like, I was
Definitely.
just completely changing it up every single time, and there was no flow.
Yeah.
So learning that has been interesting.
That's another important thing. People don't really, well, people do talk about it, but branding's a lot more important than they lead you to believe.
Oh my
It's
God,
kind of like your
yes.
moneymaker in a way.
I'm like thinking about it when I get my hair done.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks, because
Yeah, it's part of the brand, the logo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I try to throw the logo on everything. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yes, me too.
Everything.
yes.
I don't know how much of a difference.
And your
it makes,
logo
but
is very
Thank you.
recognizable.
I appreciate
like,
that.
I know when it's Jameson. So
Thank you. I appreciate
you're
that. Look at
doing
this.
Great.
Well, this is the new podcast logo, but we just
Yes.
got stickers made. Pretty sweet.
Yes,
I'll give you
Bob.
one.
I was about to ask.
I got you. Yes, I'm trying to do the branding thing. I wear my T-shirts everywhere. I don't know if you have any
That's
T-shirts for you,
awesome.
but some people.
I have some old ones from.
You need to get
Second
some
Hand.
made.
I
Merch is
know.
where it's at. Come on, that's where the money
know.
is, and it's fun.
I know it. I had trouble selling them when I did Stuck in My Head, but
Yeah?
I was so small and I just
Oh,
was
you
just
got
starting out.
such a bigger following now. You'd
I
be
know.
fine. Yes,
I know.
go get you some made at Let's see.
I tried doing
Uber
the
Prints.
needlepoint ones.
Oh, really? How did that
That-
go? Like the Hotel Fiction
It
girls
was
do?
so much work. Yes.
Yeah, they do a lot of shirts.
Yes.
It's impressive.
I'm like, dude, they must spend. I mean, I think they have a lot of friends help
Mm-hmm.
them, but me doing it by myself, it took me like a few weeks to finish one shirt, and I was like, this isn't sustainable.
Oh, this might not be worth it.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough return on this.
You can get 100 printed in an hour.
No. So yeah,
But yeah, that's
merch
funny.
is next on the list.
Yes, you should put that high on your list. I feel like it's a good supplementary income as well.
Yeah.
I wear mine everywhere. Like even my old drummer said something about it. He's like, dude, why are you always wearing your own merch? I was like, dude, why wouldn't I? I was
You-
like, what do you
yes.
mean? I was
Yes.
like, why wouldn't I?
Oh my
I
gosh,
know the
you
guy in
totally
charge.
should.
Yes. So yeah, you should get into merch. I think that'd be cool. Uber Prints is a good one in town. A little
Heard about
expensive,
that.
but they do like comfort color shirts, which everybody seems to like.
Right. You have to have comfort colors.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. That the comfort colors always sell better.
Yeah.
I've done like 4 or 5 shirt runs and sold them all out.
Yeah, you
into
started
comfort
doing
colors.
merch like right away.
Yeah, I was like, this is it. I'm not making any money elsewhere. Might as well try to.
As
Yeah.
soon as you got your logo, you slapped
Yeah,
it
slapped it on everything. There it is. Look at it right there. I wish I could turn
Yeah.
the camera.
Dude, it's genius.
Yeah, love it. Anyways, but branding is important, is what we're trying to say. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
write branding down. This is a good point.
Yes.
Branding.
Notes to self.
All right, moving along. What's up next? Would it be Misfit, right? I think
Misfit.
we're up to current day, right?
Yep,
Misfit
current
came out
day.
a month ago.
Yeah,
it a
something
month?
like that. I don't even remember the date.
It's like 4/7 or something. I remember when it came out, I think.
Thank you for being in tune.
It sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
It's, yet again, I noted quality backing vocals. Wrote it down right here. Cool synth sound. The synth in the chorus is sick.
Oh, yes.
So cool.
We are super into synth right now. I'm
so
obsessed
sick.
with synth.
I think there's some synth on, is it the Dog or Mars? Is it the Dog?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Gotcha.
I think we've got heavy synth.
Synth's cool. It's kind of got like this indie pop thing going on.
I know. That's
speaking of which, I always ask what genre you are. What genre are you?
Oh, well, I always say that I'm a mix between indie rock and indie pop.
Mm-hmm. I could hear either of those easily. Definitely the indie
truthfully,
thing.
like, I'm really a mixture of like all things because like I said, I started out in soul and
when I first met you, I just said almost country.
Yes,
was there a country
everybody
stage?
Says that.
Yeah, I just said country. I had this country thing going on. Not like a strong
because the acoustic songs I think sound very like I'm telling a story.
Yeah,
and very like
that just goes in that category sometimes. Yeah, but you're pretty much singer-songwriter, right?
Yes, that would be a good way to describe it.
Respectable, love it.
Yeah, I don't think I started saying indie rock, indie pop until I got with Tommy and started releasing these tracks because that's kind of when things took that turn.
It does seem like a shift for you. Like there's the first 6 singles and then the
I'm
Mars. It's like, all right, we've made a change here.
I'm really bipolar.
I love it. Well, what's the plan? Are you gonna keep going with the more Dog, Mars, and Misfit sort of stuff?
Yeah.
I think that's cool. You need to get a full band together. You know how sweet that would be?
I know.
You would play some 6 shows.
I want to play some shows. That's why I told you. It's like I want that so bad. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm like, okay, the next year and a half or 2 years, I want to be on tour with a full band.
Love it.
Or at least going to like neighboring cities with a full band, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. Like the oil spots.
Yeah.
All around.
Oil spots. There you go. I haven't heard somebody use that term since I learned it. And I'm so glad you used it.
I say it all the time and nobody gets it.
It's so genius.
Yes, it makes sense. You know, you drop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to run some marketing ads in some oil spots.
Oh, like with your music?
Yeah.
Or are you like trying to find bandmates? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm going to do like little videos, like 10-second ads on
promotions
Instagram,
and
stuff like that. Put some money into it and see if I can start fan bases a little bit in those towns. That way, when I go, I'll at least have 3 people standing there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way you can do it, man. Just go play, you know. That's really the only way. Yeah. I like that. That's cool that you're going to put a little money into it. Let me know how that goes because I want to do that. Every ad I've done has just like bombed, but like I don't know anything about them. You know what I mean?
I've given up on running them myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've like boosted stuff, or boosted, excuse me.
Yes, I did
which is like the lazy thing to do, but like
I did that.
They go okay sometimes. You know? Yeah. I like boost the show. I'd be like, all right, the show's tomorrow. I'm about to boost it for a day.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for somebody to show up and be like, dude, I saw your Instagram ad. That's why I'm here. But nobody has yet. They're always just walking down the street and they hear us.
Well, it's crazy how targeted those Facebook ads have to be.
It's crazy, yes.
Like, for them to work, they really need to be so intently targeted. And I did like a training course on it, like online. And
how did it go?
Well, it went great. I have like a notebook full of notes on, how to do everything, but it got to be so overwhelming to me in my brain. I was like, this ain't worth it. I was like, I'm going to outsource this. Like, I'm going to find a marketing person.
Exactly. And you got to draw the line on some of those things, you know what I mean? Like when you first start, you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm like, is it really worth your time?
Boundaries are so important.
True. I'm like that with mix. Sorry to cut you off. With mixing, like once it gets to the mixing stage, I'm like, I want somebody else to do it and send it to me, and I'll tell you what I want to change.
Yes.
Like I do not want to learn how to mix.
Yeah.
It's like I spent the whole time recording it.
Wow, you don't do any mixing?
I don't do any mixing. I'll do like rough mixes for like me, which is like panning overhead left and overhead right and guitar here and bass right here. Or whatever.
I do the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? But like once I get all the way through the recording process, somebody else take the wheel.
Yes.
Jesus take the wheel, you know what I'm saying?
That's good that you like that. Yes.
I like that too. And there's some things you have to do. Like you have to market yourself, of course. You have to post all this stuff on Instagram, which gets old.
And you don't know
but
everything. There's a lot of smarter people
that's true,
that specialize in each category for a reason.
Exactly, because there's somebody out there that cares about mixing the way I care about actually making the music. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to be the pro at everything. You know what I mean? Which is a cool topic that I've never really talked about on here.
Yeah.
Very cool. I need to write that one down too.
No, it's very important. And there's so many different aspects of the career that you can find pros to help you out in.
Exactly. And you might as well. I mean, they love it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just trying to make ends meet at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember like when you first start, like you got like all these backup plans. I guess I still do, but I'm like, it just doesn't pan out. I'll be a producer. It just doesn't pan out. I'll work at a venue, and like now I've like worked at venues and like worked for the producers, and I'm like, this sucks. Like I'd rather not be in the industry than do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not hating on producing or the venue, but like I worked at Georgia Theater, and I was like. Couldn't be a better job than me sitting next to the stage every night. And 3 weeks in, I was like, I don't really like this. You know what I mean? Because it's work. I'm scared to turn things into work.
Oh,
you know what
God.
I mean?
That's such a good point.
Hot take?
Yeah. I have thought about that so many times. What's my backup plan? What's my backup plan? If I can't be a rock star, what is it? What am I going to do? And I have thought the same thing. I'm like, I'll just take a producing class and I'll just do that. And just no.
Exactly.
Because I watched Tommy sit there for like 8 hours on end and do his producing stuff. And he just does it so easily. And I'm like mentally maxed out. Like I'm like, I could never.
Exactly.
I could never.
And like usually those backup plans like, I'll just do this. Like they're not like if you're just saying that, it's probably not it.
Probably
you know what I mean?
not gonna. I really want to get into sync placements, like
sync placements,
so bad.
like getting on TV shows and stuff.
Like my songs getting in commercials.
That'd be so sick.
Because
I don't know anything about that, and I want to.
Yeah. Well, what major thing that I know about is it's like very decent payouts.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it's not like you have to go on a whole tour to get your paycheck. You just have to have your
Yes.
song placed.
Yes.
So that is a plan that I want for my music, but that takes knowing the right people. I have an Excel sheet with like 20 people in that Excel sheet that I've done research on that I know have some sort of hand in doing sync placements.
This is like movies, not playlists, right? You're talking about like movies, TV shows,
commercials.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
because it's so realistic. You know what I mean? Like we're making I hate to say, I won't say top tier, but you know what I mean? Like we're making really well produced music that could be in a movie. And you see movies all the time with like a no-name song, you know what I mean?
Artists.
Exactly. Yes, because it's cheaper for them, but still a lot.
Cheaper for them, but a lot for us.
Exactly. I'm interested in this. I haven't done any research on it like you,
but exposure too.
Yeah, imagine they look you up, hopefully, you know?
There's lots of companies that say they like pitch your music to these people, but it's like a huge fee to like get into these like memberships where they pitch you, and I'm just like, I'm just not doing that, because then you don't have a guarantee and yada yada. So like I said, I've got my Excel sheet and I've got people's addresses, as creepy as it is.
That's awesome.
I've got their business addresses if I can find them. And I'm going to send because Mars, the dog, Misfit, and then the next there's 2 more singles. Well, not singles, but recordings on the full EP. It's all part of one project.
Let's go.
Yeah, and it's coming out May 13th, so really
exciting.
Soon. But once that's out, I'm going to do gift baskets and stuff, like branded gift baskets.
That's awesome.
Send them to these people and try to get their attention.
Wow.
Because I've sent emails and I just don't get responses.
Yeah, emails are tough.
No, everybody gets tons of emails.
So many. But a branded gift basket?
But a branded gift basket.
That's wicked.
Great
with
some
idea.
actual good stuff in it.
Oh, man.
So I'm just really trying to make these connections.
I could easily see one of your songs on just like a Netflix thing. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I'm trying to think of an example.
I mean, I do
but
feel
you know what
like
I mean?
You want to have, they say, because I've done a ton of research on this, they say that, you want to have a good catalog as an artist, with songs about different things. And even if you don't release them, have them at least on SoundCloud or YouTube for music supervisors to run into.
Interesting.
And so, when I released Misfit, I'm like, okay, this might be not the most hit single type of song because it's very kind of niche. It's
Sounds
about
great to me.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a single. It's definitely a single.
It's essentially about being a black sheep.
Yeah.
And that, not everybody can relate to that, but I feel like in a TV show,
we find a coming of age movie. You know what I'm saying? This would be perfect.
So you never
That's so
know.
Interesting. I've thought about it. When we were in class, I was like, oh, that's a great idea, but I've never actually done it.
So that's the reason for all the covers. I don't know if you've seen how I've been going hard on these YouTube covers.
I've seen the live videos in Tommy's studio. I don't think I've seen the covers on YouTube. I guess I'm about to follow.
So you saw the Taylor Swift.
I saw the Taylor Swift one.
They're
yes,
all like that. And
Yeah.
essentially I'm making sure the audio is recorded well, and I'm getting Alan to play guitar because he's so much better than me. And I'm recording these things on GarageBand, and then I make a YouTube video out of it to have that content.
Nice.
And then I do I upload it to SoundCloud, the audio, and then I splice it up, and the goal is to put them all on TikTok.
Awesome. Big
And
TikTok
then-
fan here.
Yeah, and then IGTV, you can
Nice.
post them on there too. So you're getting
everywhere.
4,
Yeah.
outreaches for your one project that you
Exactly.
do. So,
I respect that. That's how I am. I post everything on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, that's how you have to be.
And because you can't be picky with it, you know what I mean? Like it was funny. My YouTube, like when I took like fundamentals of music theory at the School of Music. It was like music theory for non-majors. That's it.
Yes.
And like I would go in there and play piano after class just because it was fun to play a real piano. And I could like play like Bohemian Rhapsody. It was like I learned like a butchered version of it. Took a video on my phone and like just put it on Instagram, and it got a lot of likes. I was like, well, I might as well put this on YouTube. And to this day, it is my highest watched YouTube video.
No
Is me
way!
playing Bohemian Rhapsody on
Oh
piano.
my gosh.
It's got like
that's so
100
crazy.
comments and 6,000 views, which isn't that
Oh
many.
my
But
gosh,
you know what I mean?
That is big though.
I guess so. You know what I mean? It makes my
Yeah.
numbers look better, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, if I'd have just like been like, oh, I made that video, who cares, and not put it out, you know what I mean? And I'd have missed out on some subscribers.
Yeah,
You know what I
they
mean?
say sometimes you have to worry about quantity over quality.
I'm down with that.
And
I'm down with that.
That took some adjusting.
Yeah, because when you
I'm a
start, you're like, it's got to be
perfectionist.
perfect.
Yes,
It's got to be
exactly.
perfect.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Nobody
can't
cares.
have everything be perfect. If you're
Exactly.
going to put out enough content for the whole world to see, you can't have everything be perfect.
I
It's
like
just
that.
impossible.
Do you know who Gary Vee is?
I don't.
He's a big preacher of that. He's like I won't say finance guy. But he's like an influencer, like one of the big
Okay.
influencers. He's always talking about like just put it out, just put it out.
Yep.
I don't care if you made a podcast on your phone.
That's
or,
how that videographer Chris
Yeah,
is. At
just
Between
put it out,
Jams.
just put it out.
His he wrote a book actually,
Really?
and it's like just go is his like
That's
phrase.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
See, I'm down with that. I'm all about things being nice and perfect and all. Like maybe my recorded music, of course. Your studio, you should really spend some time on, I think.
Yeah.
But like YouTube videos, who cares?
Yeah.
Put them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they say that
And-
like music supervisors who do the syncs
Mm-hmm.
like will run into these YouTube videos all the time of cover
Really?
songs, like of indie artists doing cover songs their own way, and that's attractive to music supervisors because
awesome.
it's cheaper to
Yeah.
get the master.
I noticed that
cover,
like
yeah.
in a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff, you'd be like, this isn't the real version. It's like a
this
cover.
is an acoustic
But we
version
will take
of
that.
Sweet Child, okay.
Whatever. And that check will cash though. It will cash.
Yeah.
Have you had any luck on TikTok? Any big postings or anything?
No, I haven't. I mean, the first video I ever made was like a trending song at the time. It was that Truth Hurts song by Lizzo. And I
Yeah,
made
I know
my
it.
sister do it with me. It
Yeah.
was like an acoustic version. And why men great till they gotta be great. Blah, 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 blah. And we like harmonized to it. And that got like 2,000 views.
Let's
but
go.
that's the most that I've
that's
ever
solid.
gotten.
Most of mine don't break that. So.
Yeah, most of mine are like 60.
Yeah, me too. Like
Um,
60 to 200 ish.
Yeah.
You got to be funny on TikTok, is the
Oh
thing.
my god,
Somewhat.
you have to be so naturally confident too.
Yeah.
It's like not even funny.
It's such an interesting app to me because some people do it so well. Like just regular
Yes.
kids do it so
They'll
well.
just turn on the camera and
Yeah.
have that they'll just exude
Yeah,
this
it's-
confidence of
yeah.
like, I'm gonna talk whatever I want, I'm gonna
Yep.
say whatever I want, and I'm gonna post it. Like
Yep.
I
I love that about that. People
I
like to
know.
talk shit about it, but I love TikTok. I think it's cool.
I love
It's
TikTok.
cool.
I think I spend way too much time on TikTok.
Me too. It's so good. It's so good.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people on there not doing the funny thing that succeed
Uh-huh.
with it, but to me it feels like you got to be funny a little
Yeah.
bit to like really get
Yeah.
going.
Yes.
Like I wish I'd have got on the app sooner because like you know, when any app is starting, you can get on there and like really
Yeah.
get going early.
Yeah.
My sister was on there early and she was like getting like 80,000 views on everything. It's like,
No
how in
way.
the world? And then she got me, talked me into it. My second video got 40,000 views. I was like, it's over with. I was like,
Whoa,
oh,
dude.
I was like, no big deal. I'm about
What
to
were you
fucking
doing
blow
in
up.
the video?
It was something stupid. It was like the trend. Do you remember the trend? It was like early TikTok when they would put stuff and they would pour water in it and be like this much of this and then they'd pour some of this.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
remember this? It was like super bad video. But anyways, it got 40,000 views and like several thousand likes. I was like, it's over with. And then since then, haven't had one touch like 5,000. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Every other one's like 200.
Is she just doing like the trends
I don't even
too?
think she does it anymore. She'd have like 3,000 comments. I'd be like, Jenna, go comment back. She's like, I'm not commenting these people. They're not nice.
Care.
Yeah, it's crazy girl.
You're like, musicians would kill for this attention.
Kill for this engagement. But we need to keep posting on there. Just keep posting everything you do on there.
I know.
We'll figure it out. And have you heard of Triller?
Triller. It's
like a TikTok spinoff that's supposed to be a big deal. Actually, Luke, I'm actually not sure how to say Luke's last name. Do you know how to say Luke's last name? Is it? I'm going to say Luke Fuse is just a shortcut. So,
there you go. Just
we're just going to call him Luke Fuse. Love you, Luke, by the way. Everybody go check out a Jen that talks. He's so fantastic. Such a great podcaster. He was the one that told me that Triller is like a TikTok spinoff that we need to be on. It's earlier stages, so maybe videos get more steam,
I'm writing that one down.
Yeah, definitely get on there. I haven't posted anything yet, but he just told me.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how was your experience on a Jen that talks? Pretty fun podcast?
Oh, it was wonderful.
When did you guys do that? 2 weeks ago?
That was actually just last week.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a Friday before I had a show. And
interesting.
It happened to work out.
I was going to say this earlier, but I didn't say it. I went to go listen to it yesterday when it came out, and I did. I listened to like 10 minutes. I was like, man, this is going great. I was like, I better stop listening before I ask these same exact questions.
I know. Oh, my God.
I was like, fuck, I'm going to ask the same thing.
I was supposed to do this with Jameson first.
Do you say that on there?
No, but I was thinking of it, and then he posted like that picture. He was like, when you beat Jameson to
man,
an
he
artist. I was like,
got me.
Crap.
He got me. Damn it, Luke. He's on me. It was my fault. You win this one, Luke, but I'm going to win the war, the podcast war. People don't even realize it's happening underneath their feet in Athens, Georgia.
War.
It is. But yes, that's funny. I love Luke. Everybody go check out A Jen That Talks. Such a great podcast. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's got his mom's got a beautiful house over there.
It's a great part of town right over there. It's so nice. I was like, man, this might be the retirement home. Nice, you know what I mean? So sick to live there.
Drive people back there and show them this area.
Yes, so sick. So sick. I forgot where I was going with that. Do you remember where we met at?
I remember meeting you at the 40-watt show that I played.
That might be it. I feel like we met at Vinyl Biscuit before that, though.
I
feel like I met you and Luke the same night at the Final Biscuit meeting in the MBus production room. Gotcha.
And then I wasn't expecting, because that was a lot of intro. Like, I was meeting a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then you actually showed up to, like, my 40-watt gig.
Yeah, it was cool.
And you came up to me, and you were like, you were so great, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, you're really awesome. Because a lot of people were so like, oh, I'll be there. And then you never see them again. Yeah, I was like, wow, somebody that actually holds true to their word. Yes, I like excited. This guy.
It was cool to see somebody I knew play the 40-watt. You know what I mean? Like, that was early days.
I jumped the gun.
You guys played great. You played fine.
Thank you.
I remember thinking that you I wouldn't say it anymore as much, but I was like, man, she kind of reminds me like a female Tom Petty, because you have that like draw thing going on. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, actually,
do you agree or disagree?
Luke told me that too.
Really? I definitely hear it.
Yeah.
Or I used to, at least. I don't know about maybe the newer tunes.
I think before the music was produced the way it is now, I think for sure. But the voice,
definitely a compliment.
The vocal, totally, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great. You got this like gravelly thing going on. You know what I mean? Like chest voice kind of thing.
Forever for me to
I like that.
grow into that.
Does it wear you out when you play the 3-hour shows? Are you like gassed?
People always ask me that. I don't.
Really?
So I think that growl in my voice is natural from, I had a cleft palate. I was born with a cleft palate.
Okay.
So it's when you're basically, God, I don't even know how to explain it properly, but you're born with a hole in the top of your mouth.
Really?
And mine was in my soft palate, so that's behind your hard palate. And it's a hole. And I starved like the first 2 weeks of being a baby because they didn't find it. Yes.
Wow.
So now I have a little bit of a hole there, and because I got it repaired, but then I poked another hole in it with a straw at McDonald's when I was little. Yeah, oops. So I've got this weird makeup of a mouth, and I think that concludes to my sound a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah, because but I really don't know. I've had this rasp in my voice ever since.
You kind of have it right now when you're just talking, you know what I mean? So it's not like you're like trying either.
And it drives me nuts though, because in recordings you can hear there's like air going through my from my mouth to my
Nasally?
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it like in really good microphones. You can hear it, and I just go mad crazy over it. I'm like, oh my god, like it's in my vocals now. But it just sounds like I have a stuffy nose, but it's fine.
I like it. It sounds like you. It sounds like you. Like
Thank you.
I read this thing that Freddie Mercury, he has like a huge overbite, and that was the reason that his range was so high because there's more room in his mouth.
Yes.
And I have a little overbite or somewhat overbite. I was like, let's go. I was like, maybe I got some range in there. I was like, let's go. I was like, nice. You gotta take what you can get.
What makes us different is our strength.
Exactly. And we'll probably have a few more questions. I'm gonna have to get you to tell me briefly about American Idol. How was your whole experience? Iffy.
Oh my goodness.
Because I've been trying to tell people it's fake for years.
Oh, thank you.
Is it or is it not?
Yes, it's fake.
Okay. See. Which year? Sorry to cut you off. I'll keep cutting you off.
No,
but I have
you're
something to say.
good.
Do you know who Lane Hardy? Do you remember him? When does he win it? Is that his name?
No, wait, very faintly I remember this name, but I don't. See, I never was a huge American Idol fan. And
when I was a kid, I was.
When I was very, very little and Carrie Underwood was on there.
Oh, that was fire.
I was a fan.
And like Chris Daughtry and all those guys.
Yes.
Like Chris Daughtry lost.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff
I was
like that.
so mad about that.
Yeah, I was fired up. And like Adam Lambert, like I remember all those guys. Yep. Like when I was a kid, this was cool,
That's when I watched. Yep.
But then in 2017, like my buddies are like, or some of my friends are still into it, people on Facebook and shit. And this guy named Lane Hardy wins it. And they wanted this motherfucker to win so bad. Like he comes in auditions to support somebody and they ask him to sing. It was like, oh my God. I was like, are you kidding me? And like the whole season, I was like, dude, Lane's going to win. It's so obvious. And but then it was funny to hear you say that like they already know who's getting the tickets and shit. So I didn't make it to the end because I was during that story. I was like, I gotta stop listening to this, or I'm gonna ask her the same thing.
Yeah, well.
So what ends up happening?
It's not written anywhere. It's not verbally said by American Idol, but as being a contestant there and at the behind the scenes for 4 days. It's very apparent that things go on that are planned.
Interesting.
Let's see. Where do I start? So, do you want the full breakdown or do you want a quick gist? Are we trying to end?
We're at an hour 2, so quick breakdown will probably be fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, I've auditioned for American Idol or The Voice probably 5 or 6 times in total. They reach out to me every single year.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's
they
cool.
ask me to
Just
do these
starters.
private auditions. Like I go to a recording studio and I audition because they do like 3 or 4 rounds before you even get to TV rounds.
Yeah, I've heard that.
This was the first time that I had ever been asked to go to TV rounds. So they flew me out to San Diego.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that
super
was
cool.
really freaking cool.
That's fire.
And you get put up in a hotel. They pay for your hotel.
That's nice as well.
The food sucks, but it's okay. And so... you're there for 4 days. This year was very weird because of the pandemic, so I had to have a COVID test. My COVID test, long story short, came in late, so I couldn't get on my plane, and I couldn't go be on audition day 3 like I was originally, which it's 4 days in total, like I said. Well, because I got split up from audition day 3, I ended up being a loner, and I wasn't with my day 3 group. Because you travel in pods, basically.
Groups, yeah.
Because you have to go to all these interview tents and everything, and take these psychological exams, yada yada.
They're breaking you down.
Yeah, they're like, let's see how far she can make. And then day 4 rolls around. It's my audition. I'm like a one man out. Like I'm not with the day 4 group. I'm not with the day 3 group. Well, let me backtrack. Day 3 rolls around, and you have to be dressed up and downstairs at like 6, 7 a.m. to do filming all day long in your same outfit for all 4 days. Like you have to film all these scenes.
So it seems like it's one day?
Yes. So like just in case you make it, they'll show the scenes of you like walking with your golden ticket, or they'll show this scene, blah, blah. So, anyways, you do all that, and I was asking a producer. It was like midday. I was like, "Hey, what tent am I supposed to go to next?" You know, he's like, "Oh, you're gonna go film with your golden ticket." And this is day 3, the day I was supposed to audition.
Yeah.
At this point, I had already heard that it was rigged. And that, like, people that had made it in were telling me that they knew they were going to make it because they saw it on a clipboard, yada, yada. Apparently, there's rating systems, like 1 through whatever, or like grade A or something like that. And the producers all have a clipboard with our names and our grade.
Damn.
And I think that I think that has something to do with if we make it that season or whatever. Well, anyways, I had heard it was rigged. Well, then this producer tells me, he's like, oh, you're gonna go film with your golden ticket. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, because I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna make it, and they're just gonna get this over with. And I was like, wait, I haven't auditioned yet, right? And he was like, oh shit. He looked down at his clipboard, then looked at me. He was like, oh shit. He was like, pretend you didn't hear that. And
he told me.
Yeah, right?
Where the fuck is my ticket?
At that point, I'm confident as hell. I'm like, oh, I have nothing to worry about.
Where's my sandwich at? You know what I'm saying?
Like, get me my coffee.
Yes.
And I might have mentioned I'm the only girl there with an electric guitar. I think I was the second person there in total with an electric guitar. What? They made me play my electric guitar. They wanted me to stand out, I guess. Yeah. And so they didn't tell me they wanted the electric until I had to bring both on the plane so that they could pick when I got there. Yeah. It was awful. They're so inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I thought, okay, I'm going to stand out. Like, they're making me play the electric for a reason. They just told me I'm going to have this golden ticket. No worries whatsoever. I go there on day 4 as confident as can be. Yeah. I hit all the notes.
Let's go.
I am so proud of myself. I carried myself well. And oh my God, Luke Bryan looks at me. He's like, he's like, okay, yeah. And they're all just like, they made me do this pop TikTok viral song, Dance Monkey.
I don't think I know it.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me.
Definitely know it, yeah. Definitely heard that a million times.
They made me do that. So that's what my audition song was. And
they didn't even let you pick your song?
No. Damn. I gave them options. Like, I was like, okay, I want to do this original. I want to do this one. And then they were like, well, what about Dance Monkey? We saw it on your Instagram. And I was like,
that's a fair transaction,
okay, well, fine, whatever's going to help me make it. And I was like, but I do want to be viewed as an artist, and that's really important to me. So am I going to get to do my originals at some point? And they were like, you can do your originals for a second song if they ask you for one. Yeah. So I was fine with that, and I was still not happy that I was on electric because I felt like it wasn't fully me. Like, I really only do that when I'm with full band shows.
That makes sense.
Well, then, I go in there and I do my thing and they're dancing, and then I get done and all the judges are like, oh yeah, okay. And they kind of like nod their heads, and then Luke Bryan is like, so that was good, but do you have anything else? I don't know if you have enough gas in your tank. And I was like,
weird thing to say.
Yeah, weird freaking thing to say. And so I was like, yeah, I have a second song. So I did my second song, assuming that he wanted to hear more vocal range. I did Blue.
Blue, nice.
I did Blue, and I did the real impressive like bridge part where I go, I tried to heal the pain, and it's like really intense. I hit all the notes, and then he's like, can you do that again without the guitar? And I was like, okay. I did it again. Sounded the exact same. Then they were like, we just don't like your electric guitar with your voice.
It's like, okay.
Mind you, this is after the producers told me I needed to play electric.
Weird.
Okay, so then the judges are picking me apart for my electric guitar. Yeah. And I was just very confused.
It's like they just need conflicts.
It's like the one thing that made me different was the only thing they could, like, think to, I don't know.
It's like, all right, bring the girl in with the electric guitar. We'll make sure that we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? The guitar part or whatever.
It felt very weird. So, and at first I was like, you know what? I do like playing acoustic better. I said, it fits my voice better. I feel like, whatever. They're like, yeah, the guitar's too much with the rasp in your voice. The electric guitar's too much. And I took him seriously. I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah. But then after I realized I was going home for it, I was like, okay, well, just so you know, your producers told me to play the electric. I brought my acoustic. It's upstairs. Yeah. Like, I was like, I can.
So weird.
Like, I was like, I wanted to play my acoustic. Yeah. And then I was like, I can do a more chill song. Katy Perry looks at me. She's like, here's the thing, honey. You already got 2 songs, and everybody comes in here and gets 1. So, you're done. And I was like, okay.
See ya.
Yeah, and then Lionel Richie. Oh my God. He goes, yeah, it's almost like Bonnie Raitt, but Bonnie Raitt has this cool thing going with her acoustic guitar. And you know, I just think you need to figure it out. You came in here talking about how you started out singing soul music and then you joined a rock band, and I just don't think you really have it all together yet.
Okay.
I was like, I told you my journey as an artist, and you're using it against me now?
What a douche.
What?
He needs to look at some of his album covers before he starts talking shit.
I was like, dude, are you serious? You just talked to an artist like that?
Yeah,
like,
what a
you
douche.
Just judged them for what oh my God.
It's so staged, you know what I mean? Like,
it was so awful.
I bet that they needed a conflict, you know what I mean? Like, get her to bring her electric guitar. That'll be something we can comment on.
Yes, they needed something.
Yeah.
And then they rush you off to this dark room with a bright light, and they try to make you cry.
Yeah, try to make
camera.
you talk about it.
And I just looked at them, and they were like, do you have any last words for the judges? I was like, yeah, tell them to listen to my music next time they want to give me any criticism.
Nice, good point.
That's what I ended.
And you left? You came home?
Basically, there were a few more shitty situations after that, but long story short, that's how it went.
Well, it's good to know. I'm glad. I know it's not fun for you, but like I've always felt like it was fake.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, they know who's gonna win at the start of the year.
Broadcast it from all the. Please tell people, because I still get everyone asking me, go on The Voice, go on American Idol. I'm like, please stop asking me.
And you don't want to. I mean, like I know you like it would have been great exposure and everything, but do you really want to win that way? You know what I mean?
I know, and
like
it's
low key.
I know.
That's what I told my buddy went to like round 3 maybe, like just like Zoom interviews. I guess it'd be the same year as you.
Yeah.
And he was like so bummed when he didn't make it. I was like, dude, really? Like, you're fine. You know what I mean? Like you didn't miss out on anything, but like somebody taking 20% of your money one day, even though it is great, I'm sure it is great.
I know. That's how I saw it too. Is like this would be a great opportunity for exposure. I was not trying to win the darn thing. Yeah. Didn't even want to.
If you'd just got more people knowing your name, that'd have been worth it.
I wanted to make maybe 1 episode. Like I was like, if people would just see, you know, if 5 million people would see, you know, like that'd be great. But
exactly.
So I have a feeling that, you know, in order to give record contracts away, you've got to know, you've got to have a specific genre and person you're looking for that record label.
Well, you're not missing out on anything. You're fine. You're fine. No. Hey, well, at least you know if you can get up there in front of those 4 and do what you did, you're fine. You know what I mean? You can play anywhere now. You should be invincible.
Everything else feels easy now. I'm like, wow, I really can do it.
Were you pretty nervous, though?
Oh, my God.
I bet.
But, you know, like I said, it helped that I was 100% confident.
Yeah, that was great.
I thought I was going to make it.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. That was a good thing to know.
It was
you know what I mean?
Tease.
Yeah.
You know, because I got to go in there full game.
One day that'll be a good story. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, look, I'm signed now. They don't know anything. You know what I mean?
Right?
Because like all the best ones don't win it. You know what I mean? Chris Daughtry and all those guys.
Think, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. You're good. Yeah. You're good. You're making the cool tunes. You got to play them. I'm sure you made some friends. It's fun. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Do you? We're at an hour 12. Woo!
Oh my God, that's a doozy.
No, usually I know they went really well if they go over an hour. I consider that a win. So I want to thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure. We're about to take some pictures. I want to thank today's sponsor, which was Peach State Pilot. Good friend of mine, Cody Mathis. Everybody check his stuff out. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. I want you to subscribe on YouTube if you get a chance. What's your name on Instagram?
Sarah Mootz everywhere.
Everybody check Sarah Mootz out. Check her out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all that good stuff.
YouTube.
YouTube. She got the videos going. Check out the podcast on YouTube. It's at Jameson 10. Give me a subscribe. Thank you guys for tagging along. Thank you for watching. If you made it an hour and 13 minutes, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Let's give them a wave. Give them a little wave for the thumbnail.
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.
And you're just trying to make this life